survivors, that is the war veterans, decided to sit down and just watch Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa rolling out the process of implementing the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026, which is under intense and immense scrutiny today from the people of Zimbabwe. The judgment of this particular case, brought by 6 war veterans, it will be handed down at any moment from now, and we just want to give you the background on why the war veterans decided to go to the court and what are the issues at stake today. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So 6 war veterans have approached the Constitutional Court seeking to block President Emmerson Mnangagwa from advancing Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, which would extend his stay in power. The application filed on February 16 challenges the president's role in cabinet processes linked to the controversial amendments, which were gazetted by the Speaker of Parliament on Monday. The applicants, Ruben Zulu, Godfrey Kurira, Shorai Nyamangondo, Joseph Chinyangare, Dick Mo Knowledge Ndia, and Joseph Chingua. So these are the war veterans that took Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa head on. They are accusing Mnangagwa of breaching constitutional provisions by presiding over deliberations on reforms from which they say he stands to benefit personally. Prepared by constitutional law expert Professor Love Momaduku, the court application seeks to have cabinet deliberations on the bill declared null and void and to bar Mnangagwa from advancing the proposed amendments. Among the most contentious provisions in the draft legislation are proposals to extend presidential terms from 5 years to 7 years and to replace direct presidential elections with a system in which Parliament elects the head of state. The war veterans argue that Mnangagwa violated Section 90 of the Constitution, which obliges the president to uphold and defend the Constitution and to avoid conflicts between personal interests and public duties. According to the application, Mnangagwa acted unlawfully by chairing cabinet discussions on February 10 and approving the draft bill alleged personal benefit arising from changes to presidential tenure arrangements. They also claim this conduct contravened Section 1962, which requires political leaders and public officials to exercise their functions in ways that maintain public confidence and prevent abuse of office. Central to the charges is Section 3287 of the Constitution, which bars constitutional amendments from extending the term of an incumbent president unless specific constitutional safeguards are met. The applicants argue that any amendment aimed at prolonging Mnangagwa's tenure would be invalid because such changes cannot apply to the sitting office holder. The relief sought includes a declaration that the president acted unconstitutionally, nullification of cabinet approval of the bill, and an interdict preventing Mnangagwa from signing, assenting to, or otherwise advancing the legislation in ways inconsistent with constitutional provisions governing political rights and amendment procedures. The legal challenge highlights intensifying tensions over the proposed constitutional reforms, which critics says could fundamentally reshape Zimbabwe's governance system. Government officials, however, have defended the bill, saying it introduced constructive reforms aimed at strengthening democratic structures, clarifying institutional mandates, and aligning Zimbabwe's constitutional framework with practices adopted in other jurisdictions. The Constitutional Court is expected to set timelines for responses from the President and the Attorney General before deciding whether the matter proceeds to a full hearing. Meanwhile, the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Mutenda, gazetted the bill that was 90 days ago. Consultations before the Parliament brought to vote MPs and senators, with ZANU-PF holding a two-thirds majority. Passage of the bill is widely expected if party discipline holds. Opposition CCC MPs are also expected to back amendments for personal benefits, as that would also extend their term by a further 2 years. Prominent constitutional lawyers say the scale of the proposed changes require a referendum. Even if Parliament approves them, the government insists no referendum is required, a dispute that also appears to be headed for the Constitutional Court. So that's the background of why today we are at the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe. Now let's hear to actually the judgment has been handed down. The judgment has been handed down. I will be back with you anytime from now. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red